The chronological history of Taiping Town, Perak. Cik Long Ja'far's elephant, Silarut, went missing for 3 days in 1844. When he was found, he was covered in hard mud that turned out to be tin. Cik Long Ja'far was thrilled, but he didn't know anything about tin mining, so he brought the first group of Chinese miners from Penang, the Hakka Chinese of the Haisan. Principal link between tin mining areas and the port. Type of network: river, estuary, and canal. 2 modes of transportation: by boats and by flotilla. The village road: Ulu Sepetang, Kelian Baru, Kelian Pau, Kota, Simpang, Matang, Ujung Tembok, Sungai Larut. Type of road: type of corduroy road acted as main road in Larut. Mode of transportation: by elephant to transport goods and by foot. Corduroy was made from tree trunks and soil. The roads were narrow and unsustainable because tree trunks rotted into soil and muck. Captain Speedy improved corduroy roads after Pangkor Treaty. Captain Speedy replaced corduroy with mindstone. Captain Speedy connected Taiping and Kamunting. Jalan Kamunting Lama was built to develop 2 future cities and simplify district administration. The Gihin gang in Kelian Baru was assaulted by the Haisan group from Kelian Pau over the mining area's canal. Ngah Ibrahim paid $17,447 to the Gihin gang on behalf of the Sultan of Perak. Due to pressure from Penang traders, State Settlements Governor Colonel William Orpheus Kavanagh forced Ngah Ibrahim to settle the situation. The Second Larut War began in June 1865 when a Hai San and Gi Hin man fought in a gambling parlor. Hai San stabbed Gi Hin, causing a larger fight. Hai San guys demolished Gi Hin houses and captured 14 of them. Rumors spread that Gi Hin, leader of a secret society, had an affair with Chong Keng Hui's cousin's wife. Couple captured, tortured and slain. The sepoy soldiers under Captain Tristram Speedy helped Ngah Ibrahim retake Lianpao. After losing, Gi Hin couldn't help King Abdullah become Sultan of Perak. Raja Abdullah sided with the Gi Hin group in hope of seat as Sultan of Perak. Moving on to the building characteristics between 1840 until 1870, there is one style which is Southern Chinese style. Plastered masonry wall with no ornamentation. Symmetry windows constructed with timber. Double story. Centered double doors. Pangko Treaty ends the Larut conflict in 1874. Raja Abdullah's promise to hire a British advisor gives the British the chance to organize Larut's ruling power. J.W.W. Birch was appointed as the resident and Captain Speedy as the assistant resident. Taiping had a mile-long main street and new buildings, including the treasury, army barracks, a hospital, a powder magazine, a parade area, which is the esplanade, a government storehouse, a large prison, residences for officials, and the British Residency. Taiping's growth mirrored Britain's urban planning. The British Public Health Act of 1875 regulated urban growth and improved water supply and sanitation in Britain. Many consider this act as the beginning of town and country planning in Britain and bylaw housing or gridiron. Walking distance, 10-unit shop houses each building block. Gridiron Street allows people to move easily with the short distance building blocks. The planning of roads, 4 main roads perpendicularly were constructed to 11 crossroads, which provide sense of continuity and comfort working environment. For permeability, better accessibility and route choices within town. Specifications and guideline of Gridiron Street. Wider road act as fire bricks, 70 feet width for main road, which is 21 meter, 60 feet width for crossroad, which is 18 meter. Wider road to plant street planting. Angsana trees and rain trees planted alongside the roads. The shaded street planting provide shades for the users. Strategic location of police and fire station at the heart of the city. Gaps between shop house building blocks act as fire bricks, which is 20 feet gap for every 200 feet of shop house block. Colonel Robert S.F. Walker, police and army commander, established this field. This field holds parades and sports, including cricket and rugby. Port Weld is a trading port for Taiping and Penang tin ores and goods transportation by cargo vessel. Taman Tasik Taiping is a park at the foot of Bukit Larut. The lake is bordered by Samannya Saman and includes 8 lakes and ponds from tin mining. Jalan Taman Tasik circular roadside has heritage rain trees, which is the Samannya Saman species. Robert Sandilands Proud Walker built an enormous clubhouse with a cricket, football, hockey and tennis field. The cricket and recreation club became the leading sports club in Malaysia after the first interstate matches. This building has Victorian neoclassical architectural style. It is currently being used as Larut, Matang and Selama Land and District Office. Australian architect George A. Lefroy created this Gothic church. The church has stained glass windows and copper plaques. It is a National Heritage Building and an Anglican church. Taiping has wet and dry markets which were built separately in 1884 and 1885. It is named Taiping Central Market by local people. This market's post and truss structure makes it more interesting. The Perak Museum was opened in 1883 as Malaysia's first museum. Moorish, neoclassical and Victorian influences combined in its architecture. The museum exhibits ethnological items, zoological specimens, ceramics and Orang Asli collections. The clock tower was created as a focal point for Kota Road and Tupai Road. Taiping's old clock tower was originally a police station and reconstructed in 1881. In the past, the clock tower was known as the fort, and a gun was installed atop the open-air rampart for town security. Gothic architecture has French roots but is also present in Europe and other countries. Initially, European architecture was called Opus Franciganum, which means French work, and used by religious groups like the Roman Catholic Church. Masonry building style with cavernous spaces and overlaid tracery. Most of Malaysia's colonial buildings are from the 19th and 20th centuries. The structures are Mughal, Tudor, Gothic or straight eclectic. Most of the design has been adapted to suit local resources and the hot, humid Malaysian climate. British colonial power produced Mughal, Tudor revival and Gothic revival style buildings, while Chinese influenced straight eclectic styles are common in many Malaysian cities where Chinese settlers lived. Neoclassical architecture is characterized by tall columns, grandeur, simplicity, a square or rectangular layout, and ornate, highly designed exteriors. The exterior is divided into multiple levels, each with a repeating arrangement of columns and arcs that give the structure a block-like aspect. This Moorish building has flower pattern tiles. Various architectural styles were adopted, including Malay vernacular, 19th century British, Georgian, including neoclassical and Palladian, Indian, and even Islamic. Victorian roofs are steep, simple or ornately painted brick, intricate gables, church-like rooftop finials, sliding sash and canted bay windows, towers with turrets, and 2 to 3 floors. Year 1950 to 2020. MPT divided Taiping into zones to balance urban development and historical preservation. Taiping Town's street iron system has been preserved. Taiping's historical buildings have been conserved and rebuilt. Some of these are now considered Taiping Lost Heritage. Sikh architecture was established during the 18th and 19th centuries in Punjab. Mughal and Islamic styles influenced Sikh architecture. Arched pavilion serves as the entrance gateway, which is called Darshini Diorhi. Sikh architecture was distinguished for its many curves and straight lines. Onion Dome has its own flag mast, which is called Nishan Sahib, draped in yellow or blue with triangular flag. North Indian architecture uses horseshoe or multifold arches, ornate columns, small and large onion domes and spires. The mosque compound has a parking lot and grassy area. Thin concrete fins make the building's air vents both functional and decorative. Well-proportioned windows complement the geometric facade. It embraces the functionalism, less ornamentation, and modern techniques. The style reflects post-war economics and middle-class demand for modern comforts. Shophouses formalize design and height that illustrate the continuous and maintained view. Trees, complementary element to the grid organization of the blocks, while parking, designated parking that follows the grid, creating a formalized stopping vehicles along the blocks. Pejabat daerah dan tanah, maintaining the British architectural style complemented with grandeur elements of palms that highlights its design and function from the surrounding buildings. St. Louis Church. Visibility of the church's materials provides the acknowledgement of its age. Wide area of the church. The school within the church's area shows its community and land development. Facade. Reinstallation of old and new windows and repainting show the shophouse's owners' efforts to preserve the originality and quality of the building. Market. Paradoxically orientated from the shophouses but still maintains its boundary limit similarly to the shophouses. Shophouses illustrate a thorough and long perspective through its grid organization. Trees complements the grid organization. Bukit Larut enhances the and repetitive viewpoint of the blocks for the users. Maidin, adaptive reuse of old shophouse by using the building but preserving its original design. The MPT building, Dataran, Pejabat Daerah dan Tanah, and Isle of Taiping structure are the elements that show Taiping city identity. 5-foot hall and extended pedestrian walkway. Wider space that allows pedestrians to have more comfortable and safer experience. Parking compound. Fluctuated space that allows vehicle and pedestrian to access the building. Juxtaposition shows the difference between the administration and city area.